We're
right.
plus
There
one
you
shots
go.
again. Hello.
No, we're just 1+1 shot. A singular shot.
Oh, let me turn Steam off so that we don't see everybody joining Steam every time when they play a new game.
Maybe we want to see that.
Maybe. Maybe not. All right. We're back after a little bit of a hiatus-ish. People took some vacations. No,
We were
we didn't
totally
miss any
here.
games, right?
No, we did. We missed 2 games. But it wasn't our fault. Not that it matters.
Was it?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Like, this
You
whole
guys-
month's been a blur anyways.
Yeah. Did you guys want to talk about what happened last time?
Yeah. You guys remember what happened last time? Especially people that just watched the last episode.
Yep.
I didn't watch it, and I'll tell you what happened last time. We finally made it to the village.
There's so much else that happened last time. The first roll, my first roll of the game was a 20. I remember that.
Nice.
We were fighting a not werewolf necromancer, and that was cool, except he got away. We killed all his bogeys, and I found some junk in the cave he was in. Did I write any of that down? I don't know. Oh, we found healing potions, and I did write that down. Heck yes. And then after he escaped, we were just kind of like, we're bad guys. Now what do we do? I don't know. And we left and went back to the cabin where we found the zombie girls, the little zombie girls to start with, and proceeded to have a long rest. And in the middle of the night, a chomp showed up who was like, "Hey, so we sent you out on a mission and didn't actually tell you how to do it. Here's a map, and also your original note that you thought might be coded was coded. Here's actually how you read it." I don't remember what that said though. Did it say go to the village we finally got to?
Yeah. Essentially, I forget the exact words, but it said go to Darling and seek out Beatrix.
Lestrange.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my notes now. Philip, want to take over?
Yeah, so then after we got the note, we took that next day of travel, and I made sure everyone had a nice hearty lunch.
Bandits are trying to take a keep, says my notes, and kobolds are swarming? Were those things we saw on the board in town?
Yes. So there's a bulletin
Yeah.
board in the middle of town
Yeah.
for what we could call a town. It's got 3 buildings.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
We learned the name of the coach driver who ran away was Frank. And we learned that Godark knows how to cook. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
I learned that at the orphanage.
And then you didn't want to share any more of that story.
Nope.
All right. I think that's it. We got to town and we were like, okay, we made it to town. It's time to go.
Yep, came into town, looked at the board, and
Kobolds and bandits were the
started
two different
to
things.
walk into the innkeep when we stopped last time because we wanted to make sure that everybody was here so that missed story building. But due to unfortunate circumstances,
Ow!
yeah.
Cat stepped on me.
Yeah. And I have not had time between school and work to create a indoor map yet, so that's fun.
That's fine. We got imaginations. That's why we're
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll put on some smooth jazz battle music. Just to have some music because
Careless Whispers and Final Fantasy battle music at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can't tell me that wouldn't be a great remix.
A careless battle.
get Alex on it.
For those who whisper.
For those who whisper further.
Alright, so the group enters the tavern. Uh, it's, you know, what time did I say it was? Early afternoon? I think I said it was around, what,
I think you
4?
said it was like
3 or 4?
I was thinking 5, but yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you wouldn't really expect a giant lunch or dinner rush to be here, but, it's a couple tables, couple chairs around each table. You hear, some rustling in the back, and you can tell where you would think, like, the off to the right when you walk in is a set of stairs. You imagine that would be probably where, the rooms are for the establishment. And there you walk in to see a desk, or like a bar desk thing that someone could stand behind. In the corner of that, there's a like an automaton. Looks a little humanoid. It's definitely not working. This looks like it's just kind of thrown in the corner. You see things that are just kind of stashed around, and it's cafe. It's an inn, but there's not a lot of business, so it just gets kind of turned into some storage areas a little bit, and you in the back, you hear Oliver, 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 where are you?
Oliver. Oh, Oliver.
Oh, hi, Oliver.
I hate you.
Uh,
I hate both of you.
I'll leave the rest to you.
Yeah. Katarazi is just gonna continue being dumb. Oh, Oliver, where have you gone? He's not here.
Alistair's going to go over to one of the tables that's kind of flopped down. Tired of walking, just, put his feet up and pull out a book and start scribbling in it.
Kyler would have a seat next to you, as would Goddard.
Xander's also going to take a seat at the table. He's just sort of he had to hop up onto the chair because he's shorter, but he's just sort of resting against the table, just like, whoa, that was a long walk, dude.
Skiggs will be like, yeah, it was. I can't believe we finally made it.
Oh my god.
Who had to carry Skiggs after he got done walking?
He'd be fine. Goblins are hardy. Question mark.
Sure.
Is there anybody in the bar currently?
It's pretty empty.
Aside from somebody yelling for Oliver?
Yeah.
Skiggs is going to try to look behind the bar for something flammable. Because I guess that was his thing, right? He had a penchant for explosives and fire.
Mm-hmm.
Katarazi's gonna go and wait up by the bar for Oliver,
Like,
and kind of give Skiggs a look like, and what are we doing now?
which bar are we talking about? Because, sorry, I described it as like a bar, but it's really just kind of like a, since 14 really, it's a half partition that's can be used as like a desk. So it's kind of like a,
So it's more like a reception counter, not like
yeah,
it's
bar. It's not like a bar where people hang out and drink at a bar. It's
okay.
It's like a bar table, but it's just a divider between.
There's no shelf of alcohol behind it. Gotcha.
No, I mean, you can go and look, and looks like papers and some more storage of rambling stuff.
Are there papers on the counter?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at them.
Okay, roll me a.
Thing.
How are you trying to see what they are, or are you just trying to look at the papers and? Are you looking for anything specifically, or are you just looking?
I'm just kind of perusing. Yeah, I'm looking at them. Also, to answer your question earlier, there's a button with an arrow right next to the locations you can click, and that makes them disappear.
Okay.
Also, I think we have to have our characters on
Do you
the
have to have your
page to be
characters
able
to roll?
to. Yes, I think so.
Okay, hang on.
I can just do it via the sheet, but what did you want again? Investigation?
Yeah. Just gonna throw everybody here in the corner.
Yeah, now I can roll.
Okay. I was actually thinking about that earlier.
Ha! All right.
You see
That sure is
papers.
paper.
They've got some writing on it.
Okay, it's paper. Nothing.
Skiggs will kind of like jump up on the like half jump while he's trying to like trying to look at the desk also. Try to see any paper, see what the papers are.
That's why I get distracted. I'm like,
Mhm.
ooh, what's this? And he's like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
Whoa, he's got a big investigation.
Yeah.
Just glancing, you can see specific papers that are look like they're all different forms of handwriting. Some of them really hard to read. Probably those that don't have really any education kind of deal. But they all look like forms of different contracts that have been and ones that have started and stopped, and different people requesting things that you would probably think would be on the notice board outside. You do start to notice one of them. You notice the name Milna from it or on it, and then at about that time, just from hearing all the scuffling outside or from inside the room, you hear hello.
Before they come in, can Skiggs try to sleight of hand the paper that has Milna on it?
Yeah. Show me what you got.
I got
That'll
pretty
work.
good.
Ooh.
So yeah, as he hears the footsteps, Skiggs just kind of like rolls it and like stuffs it into the top of his coat or his tunic, and then he just like hops down and pretends like he's just like.
Oh yeah, so I'm terribly sorry. I did not realize that we had customers at this time. Normally we don't have anyone at all. Can I get you guys anything? My name is Beatrix. Haven't really started supper yet, but if you guys are thirsty or if you guys don't mind waiting a while, I can get you, most things probably that you would want, maybe. And you'll notice a tall elven woman. She acts very formal. She acts like, why would this... She looks out of place. It looks like this would be a woman that you would see in the higher echelons of different, cities, and and here she is running this little inn. She had, her hair is tied down into a single ponytail braid that comes, it wraps around the front normally. Gray hair. Not gray, sorry.
Are we in the Carline canopy right now?
Yes. It's not quite gray. It's definitely a lighter color, but it's definitely turning gray. It's kind of like a whitish, off-white, turning gray. And she's light complected.
Hello. Go ahead. You're not.
I was just saying that her skin's on the fairer side. she probably spends a lot of her time indoors, so not a whole lot of sun activity, but you know.
Overrated.
Yeah.
Yes, hello. I believe we have a mutual friend. Milna sent us here. Looking for you, actually, I believe.
Oh, you must be the what's the word?
Adventurers. We'll go with that one, eh?
Yes, we'll go with that. Yes, the adventurers that have been sent to help rid the world of some problems. But yes, Milna is not here right now. Would you guys like anything to eat or drink while you settle in?
Is it on her tab? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, for now.
Oh,
As
excellent.
long as
I would like the best cider you have. If you have cider. Do you have cider? She kind of looks around like, does this place have anything good?
yes, we have some. It might not be the best because we
I
don't...
would like the best whatever alcoholic beverage that you have.
Okay. One for everyone or just you? Here?
Absolutely, yes. That would be wonderful.
Anything to eat while I'm headed back that direction?
Are you lot hungry?
Yeah, I could eat.
Oh my god.
I can use something and we nibble on.
What would you like? That's the wrong accent.
Got wings?
No, not
No, she's an
currently.
elf. Elves don't have wings.
We have some assortment of dried meats. We have some fruits. I was going to work on a stew for tonight with some local game and vegetable stew, and we have a couple loaves of bread in the oven, so to speak.
We'll do some meat and bread to just a bit to tide us over until that wonderful stew. It sounds great.
Sure, okay. Then she
Goddard raises his hand and is like, I'll help you with the stool if you want. I do enjoy cooking. That wasn't
know-
meant to sound like threatening in any way.
Yeah.
Just, I realized I haven't practiced that in a little while,
I'll
so
help you with your stew.
yeah, it wasn't meant to be a threat, just meant to be kind of gruff.
Yeah, because I was feeling threatened there. I was like,
Got that-
Kenarazi definitely leans in like, don't mind him. I know he sounds awful, but he's actually a pretty good cook if you need some assistance. Perhaps since your Oliver is missing?
Oh, Oliver doesn't help with that kind of stuff. Not with cooking, anyways. He's here. He's kind of a pet, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
oh, like a dog?
Or like the kind of pet you keep on the kind of person you keep naked on a leash kind of pet.
Oh, that kind of
She
pet.
just answers yes and then turns around to head towards the
Yeah,
kitchen.
Alistar didn't even look up. He's just still writing while he says that.
Huh. All right.
I knew a girl like that back home.
Just one.
There's always one.
That's great. All right. And she joins everybody else at the table.
And you hear some scuffling somewhere in the room, but you can't. It's not from Beatrix, but you just hear it, but you can't really see anything just from the mess around the building.
You don't find many people that just admit that to strangers.
So Goddard will follow into the kitchen unless she says otherwise.
Most of the stuff, she'd probably end up meeting him almost like as she would be entering the kitchen with, like, she'd be carrying the food. Like, oh, here you are, honey, if you wanted to take this with you, and I was just pouring up some cider now, and I'll be bringing that out in just a moment. And so she
So I asked for the cider. She said it's not that great, and I said, "Okay, give me the best thing you have." And she still brought the cider.
Yeah, she's only got cider, so like the best you got is the one thing she has.
All right.
It's like, you know, the place where we've got tea. That's not really tea and water, and something that might be alcoholic.
How do
That's
you have
about
tea
it.
that's not really tea?
You know, it's just
grass
dirty
clippings.
water.
Oh, I was gonna say a Long Island iced tea, because you know.
Yeah, you
It's,
know,
it's
they-
just hot water with like leaves in it.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
tea, right? There's hot water with leaves in it.
Oh my god.
Just grass clippings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
Make
Uncle
dandelion wine
Eero
like that,
would
right?
be so upset right now.
So,
So
sorry.
So we're sitting around the table, kind of. Hey, you, Skiggs, right? Come here.
Yeah, what do you want?
What was it you found just now? Kind of keeping her voice low.
Skiggs will like look around, and then he'll pull the note out and see what he can see.
It just says,
It just says Milna over and over and over again.
Lorem ipsum.
Milna Fitzgerald III. That's not really her last name.
The third is her last name.
Yeah. Milna III. It just, it looks like it's just a note of supplies. It just says Milna requesting these materials to, you know, it's signed Beatrix. You can't really tell. It looks like the items aren't really something that a inn would normally keep. Like, shackles, chains,
There for
cogs, different. You don't know if it's something like if it's supposed to be a code to Milna or if it's just this lady's just, you know, digging
Can
more
I-
into this weird trap.
Can I try and figure that out? Like, is this a thieves can't type thing?
I mean, you can try and cross-reference it if you want.
Sure.
Roll me a history check. I'll say with advantage because of Thieves' Cant.
Oh,
Oh. It's pretty good. You don't really notice. Nothing really catches your eye as far as, like, coding-wise. Not as far as, like, the underbelly and thieves, you know, normally talk within their speak of, you know, this is that and, like, these kind of deals. But you realize that whenever, like, she says different things, like, shackles and stuff, you notice in the side of the room there's a chain, and, you know, when the messes, or when it seems that it's, when the letter's messaging, like, cogs and stuff, you remember that you've passed the robot that was, or the automaton,
Tuamatwan.
you know, in the corner, and, you know, different bits of metal. I mean, that could be the blacksmith. You really just think that she's more of the, instead of just the innkeeper, like she tries to keep a tally of everything that might be going on within this small city, town.
Okay. So this note doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I take it and I hold it up to any fire that happens to be in the building.
It's daylight, so you won't see any fire.
Okay.
Or,
The sun
you know,
counts as fire, okay?
maybe. Just a ball
I
of
figured-
gas.
The inside of a tavern is probably still lit, though, right? Unless they have massive, beautiful windows.
This one's not lit as much. It's kind of dark for. I mean, you've got, 3 to 4 windows on each side. That would be adjacent to outside outside walls. So it definitely lets in light, and especially how it's positioned at sunrise and sunset. You get that across the whole inn from those directions. But
Okay.
it seems like it's designed enough to be, to catch the sunrise and sunsets, and then, at noon, about where you are now. It's darker. It's definitely not, pitch black in there, but it's kind of like in the, like in a house, if, middle of the day and you have light curtains or whatever. And, you've got enough that you can definitely
So,
see.
like when I'm sleeping.
Yes.
Okay. So just kind of holding it up to various things in the room, like remembering their previous note,
Mhm.
regardless. And this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, though. I do see a number of things around the room that are kind of related to the shit that's on the note. I'm not really sure what the fuck's going on with it. Hand it back to Skiggs.
By this time, Milna would be, or not Milna, sorry. Beatrix would be walking back out, and she's got, 6
Food.
cups of, or Goddard brought the food.
Yeah, he set the food down, the dried meats and bread, fruits.
And she brings out the cider and hands it to each of you. Yes, is there anything else you would care to know? Will you guys...
I sure would. What the hell is up with that robot in the corner?
Oh, that's a passing hobby of mine. Obviously we don't get a lot of people, so generally it's just me and the owners and the other patrons of the buildings nearby for lunch and dinners, and so it's more of a hobby of mine, and I've been trying to tinker with it to get it running, and I have this dream of this inn being like the stopping point between regions and people everywhere, and I just thought it'd be so cool to have an automaton to be like the first spokesperson that comes into the building to greet people as they come in.
We do have right here with us the greatest artificer in the land. Maybe he could give you a helpsy look-see. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I can't promise you if his rates are reasonable, being that he is the greatest in the land, but here he is.
Is Skaggs looking around trying to find where this artificer is?
Skiggs.
Sorry,
Skiggs, yeah. He's like,
Well, the pleasure's all mine, but currently I'm waiting on a shipment of parts to come in, which I just have to give that list to Mila whenever she gets back here. So right now we're kind of at a standstill. But
That is a shame.
I would definitely love
It's a
any help
very
at some
nice
point.
thought. Are you hoping that will make the town grow? I noticed right now it's sort of small.
Well, it kind of depends on what Milna wants or allows.
So you work for her too. It's very curious. Is this town under her thumb, or how does that work?
She kind of scratches her neck a little bit while she thinks, and
"Are you all adventurers too?" Big finger quotes from Skiggs.
No, I wasn't an adventurer per se, and she stops scratching her neck to start messing with her braid. It's more of a... I kind of went into hiding a little bit for various reasons. But, yeah, I wouldn't say it's under her thumb. It's more like she protects us, so to speak, in a way. I guess. It's really
Alright,
kind of
alright.
hard to explain.
Sure, sure, I hear you. What else can we find here? We did come right here as that's what she requested we did. What are the other two buildings for?
We have the blacksmith that shoes our one horse that's almost dead.
Oh, details, huh?
Yeah, he's old, so you know. We just really haven't had a replacement for him. We don't really have to use him too much, but you know. Frank always looked after the horses whenever he came in, and well, you know, he's not in, so you know, we have the, excuse me, we have the blacksmith, and then we have the general store that's pretty much empty because you know not a whole lot of people pass through here right now because you know. Just different things. Trade routes are kind of blocked from different reasons.
Yeah, we saw you're having a bit of a kobold issue.
To an extent, you could say that. There have been sightings of kobolds in the nearby forest that have been harassing some people. They might have taken down a cart or two, so people stopped traveling that direction, which is the main road to outside the Providence. So we really only have one road, you know, that's back to our main city, so we don't have other people coming in, so it's really just our stuff.
I see. That's very unfortunate. Kind of look around at everybody else like, any questions for this lady? Come on, guys.
Well, I think Kyler would probably sort of chime up and be willing to offer assistance. You know, to I don't know how to phrase it for him, but you know, basically we try and want to protect him, or be like slightly more protective, I guess I should say.
Be of use to try to help.
Yes, thank you.
And she takes a moment. She's like, well, if you do happen to go after the kobolds, I wouldn't necessarily do it tonight. I would think, you know, they normally roam at night, and it would probably be easier to attack them in their sleep, or you know, when they're in their cave, kind of deal. That's just my thought. Which brings me to that point. Would you obviously you'll be needing rooms. We have 4 rooms currently. Are you guys going to want all 4? Or are you guys going to bunk up more, less? Yes, no?
Godric is more than willing to sleep outside, but if we're going to get a room, then he'll stay there.
So we don't really have any money, do we? So unless it's all on old Milner's dime, I don't think we'll be staying indoors.
Right now, until things get worked out whenever Milna's here, pretty much everything is on the house, as you say, or as it were, within
Then-
reason.
Oh, I was going to say, does that count in the general store?
No, I mean, it depends. You would have to talk to,
I'll go talk to what's her name, or his name, their name.
yes, it's, Hamstring. That's Hem, like hamstring, only it's with an E. He is an alchemist, so he brews his own potions. So those will probably cost you. Or he can probably make some potions and stuff within time. Other general goods, traveling supplies and stuff like that. Those might be cheaper, or on the house, or maybe you could put a tab. I'm not really sure. He should actually be in here. Whenever the sun starts to go down. You might have
probably
actually
off.
saw him. He generally just
No.
sits on the stoop of the general store.
Nah, we didn't see anyone when we came in. It's probably inside. But
Yes, you
also,
definitely did.
if I catch him in here, wouldn't he be off the clock? Wouldn't this be his off hours?
I mean, he sleeps in the general store, so we don't really have hours because we don't have a steady flow of people. Maybe whenever the building, if we ever become a bustling trade city or shopping city, then yeah, he might have hours. But if he's in here eating, obviously the store's locked while he's not there, but he might be able to. He would be generally most happy to go over there and talk about potions, and probably talk to you a lot about potions. Probably more than
I'd want him to talk
Yeah.
to me about potions.
he enjoys talking about potions and making new things and trying to find those things of making things. And he actually created a poison that tastes good to drink, apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's a weird thing to say.
yeah.
That is weird information just to give right up like that. Not gonna lie.
I mean, we're
How do you-
all.
Alistair
How do you know?
pushes his cider away.
Yeah. How exactly do you know that? Did you try it?
Try what? I'm sorry.
The poison. Did you try the poison? Did it taste good?
No. He says it did. I was there whenever it was tested.
On?
A person.
Lovely.
There wasn't a good person. They were basically sitting to death, and
Uh-huh. Tell us more.
No, I don't think I'd want to hear any more of this.
Uh-huh.
Sounds
Yeah.
like mercy killing.
If you don't have, to take it back to the room situation, if you don't have other people that you think are going to be showing up, we could very well just take all the rooms since they're on the house, as it were.
Mhm.
Spread out, have some nice sleeping areas for ourselves. What do you think?
Would be nice, like stretch out a bit, like have some personal space for once. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, let's get all 4 rooms.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I don't generally have a habit of locking, the rooms right now because we're just never busy. So all the doors are currently unlocked. And she goes back behind the desk or that counterpart, and she pulls out 4 keys and she sets them on the table. This is just, if you'd like to lock your room at night or whichever.
Uh-huh. After you've told us about this poison, I can't help but think I want to.
Also, should we be on the lookout for old Oliver? Could he be wandering about?
Well, let me go see. And she just kind of turns and gracefully walks up the stairs. The the fancy people when they go up and down the stairs, their hand never touches the handrail, but it's poised right above it.
Hovers.
Yeah, that's how she walks up the stairs.
Just in
Zinir
case.
discreetly checks her out as she goes up the stair.
Oh,
By discreetly, you mean he's just like,
oh yeah, she nice.
Nice.
Karazi
he
turns
was
to the bunch of
thinking-
them. Points. I get one of these rooms to myself? Sorry.
That doesn't seem fair, now does it?
It seems quite fair to me.
Why doesn't the
Kyler
big
trying-
man get a room to himself? Look at him.
I'd say Kalara would probably say that the two shorter ones can share a room, take up less room.
We have 4 rooms and 6 of us. 2, 2, 1, and 1. One of those ones is me.
Diplomacy.
I mean,
Let's be honest.
Goddard's kind of a bigger dude, so
Let's be honest. Senora's not going to need a room because he's going to try to sleep in her room. So you just take him right out of the equation.
I mean,
Don't
Am
lie
I
to me.
that-
Don't lie to me. I saw you.
am I that transparent?
I want to see this go down. I want to confirm, first of all, we should, for practicality's sake, confirm that you're not going to need sleeping space with us. And also, I'm going to be so overjoyed to watch her turn you down flat. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, ma'am, you wound me.
I could be wrong, of course. I don't know your methods. I hope never to, but it could be hilarious. I'm ready.
I mean, she might already be spoken for. And look, after being incarcerated before, I think I know better not to mess with a married woman.
But she
Yeah.
didn't say she was married, did she?
And
She just said that she has some kind of weird fuckboy living around here. That could
Did
be
we see a
you.
ring? Did we see a ring?
Did you look close enough?
I'm thinking he would have looked.
Roll
If you want-
perception.
If anybody was going to, it probably would have been Senor.
I'm gonna roll for perception. Let me get that thing out.
Also, maybe she's building a sex robot.
Sex
Mm.
robot. Sex robot.
Oh.
I wasn't noticing her hands.
It's okay because anyone else want to try and roll a perception?
Yeah, I'll try.
Just I want to give this description of her hands.
Alistair
Jeez.
was
I will try.
Alistair was looking in his book the whole time.
Yeah, I will try. But in a general, like, let's check out all the jewelry that this probably very fancy lady has. I like shiny things.
Uh-huh.
What am I in perception?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Jesus, we all suck.
Wow.
Well, you made it over 10. She has Yoshi P status of bling.
Ooh.
Many rings.
So she has at
Impressive.
least 3 rings per hand. And they're all... You can't really tell which one would be like a ring finger just because, I mean, you would tell what a ring finger is, right? But it's like, one has like 3 rings on, 3 fingers and they're 3 different fingers, she's just kind of... Nothing that would symbolize an actual
Iced
ring
out.
finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I regret to inform you, she had a fuck ton of rings on her fingers. There was no way to tell for sure.
Either that or she either really likes jewelry or has like 5 husbands.
I'm pretty sure that's not how rings work.
You never
No,
know.
I'm pretty sure it is. It's not.
By the way, is sleeping with someone else's wife a jailing offense?
Not typically.
All right.
I mean, why did you sleep with?
Curious. Very curious. Anyway, I think that before Milna gets here, apparently she's coming along too. We should make use of free everything. Are we all in agreement here?
We might as well.
I agree.
And then
I'm gonna go try to talk to old Hammy quick before we turn in.
While she's gone, I'm gonna get up and go look at the sex robot.
I would also like to go look at the sex robot, but at a safe distance and just look.
You're afraid it's gonna get up, start thrusting.
You never know. Automatons are
Horny.
weird, man.
Automatons are horny. No, automatons make people horny to be.
When you go to look, it's more of like C-3PO-ish, not as many wires like before he got his plating. You know, in the first few episodes of Star Wars. But instead of wires, it's more cogs. You can see where there's some bigger ones and some smaller ones. You see some clothes that are neatly folded that are sitting beside it. I think maybe this would be like the clothes if she ever, you know, got it to be that stature of a person, or, you know, operation abilities.
Okay.
Like one arm would be like completely almost closed up until where your mid bicep would be, and the other one is just completely open to where it's basically skeletons, and not skeletons, but, you know, skeletal frames, and you can see more cogs in it, and there's different patches of metal kind of beaten on, fused on with, you know, heat, and they've heated the metal up and turned to form around it, and, you know, things of that nature. You can't really actually tell right now if it has a robot penis or not. So, you know.
I'm not checking for that. I'm just checking to see if it looks like, not like I would know how like it would work, but look like it maybe be operational, or maybe if it has like some weird other purpose, like not sex purpose or not waiter purpose. Like if it could be weaponized or something.
I
mean,
got
really
an
just
idea
have
for that.
to hand it a sword, right? And then it's
Yeah, I was just
weaponized.
like, just tape it.
But like,
tape
you know,
it.
if it's got like secret like blades in its hands or whatever.
But nothing really you can see. I mean, it's just basically, it seems pretty bare bone right now. Who's to say later that, you know, they might not try and slide something in there? Phrasing. But they might not try and hide different components within there. Like right now, it's the basis of trying
It's a drug mule robot.
Yeah. Got to get that skooma and hide it.
Sure.
It's basically, you know, the skeletal or parts of it, and the cogs. It's not fully fleshed out yet. But it does look like
very much
it's
a work in progress.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's getting along. Like she's made some definitely progress. Who knows how long she's been working on it, but the progress on it is immense.
Can Skiggs tell anything from it? Well, I guess he didn't go look at it. Never mind.
Skiggs is still looking for containers.
Mm.
Things that might not be noticed. Different combustibles, oily rags.
I mean, you can definitely probably find some oily rags. Or dirty rags. It might not be oil on them. You don't know.
No. They could be oily later.
Yeah.
He's looking for things that might not be missed also. So so it's like, stuff is missing after you guys showed up.
The
Have plausible deniability.
yeah.
Exactly.
Are you just looking in the dining room where you're at? Or are you going to venture into the kitchen areas and the back areas of the area, or of the?
I feel like Skiggs gonna play it safe for the moment, mostly because she's also still wandering around, so it wouldn't really behoove him to just like run into somebody while he was trying to find stuff to steal. So it's pretty much like within sight of everybody else at the moment. He's just like looking for stuff that he could possibly grab later, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely take note of roll an investigation for me.
Do better.
It's not
It's
bad.
not bad.
It's almost 20.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can definitely see there's some rags with some residue kind of in the corner. Along one of the shelves, you do see a jar and a liquid of something. You can't tell what it is from where you're at, and it's higher up, so you're going to have someone have to get it that's not 2 inches tall. Get it for you.
Yikes.
But you can definitely make notes of those things and potentially look at them later.
Yeah, yes. Like I said, Skix is just making like mental notes of things right now. It's like, this could be useful, and this could be useful, and I could take that just because.
Mm-hmm.
While he's running around, I return to the table and steal part of his lunch. What did Zonier want to look at on the robot?
Oh, he was just checking it out, being nosy.
Checking it out.
Oh no,
Check-
not like that. Just like
Yeah,
like
you got
looking
some
at it
holes
like
there.
Seeing how
If it has a
functional
penis.
the beehole is.
oh my gosh.
Mhm.
It's like the sex robot in Rick and Morty. Oh, I just like it 'cause, it looks nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that lady one from that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Rick and Morty that gets memed a lot. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just like it because it looks nice. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
What a piece of work. I admire the craftsmanship.
Oh, thank you. It's definitely taken some time, and as you see that, Milna's gliding down the stairs, and
Not
she looks
Milna.
down, or not Milna, sorry, Beatrix. Names.
Lady name number 2.
Yeah. And so, as she looks down at you guys near the counter, she stops for a brief second and stares at the counter, and then just keeps walking. Oh, hello, Hamstring. How are you? Busy today? She just keeps on walking back towards the kitchen. The soup should be done, so, grab a chair like you normally do, and you can say hello to our new friends from, our mutual acquaintance.
Yeah, Alicera's like looking around.
Looking around for...
Just,
or just...
just like, yeah, looking for hamstring.
Well,
Is
it's gonna have to look down a little bit. This was the dwarf that was sitting outside the building when you guys walked in. So yes, you did see him, and he watched you guys walk into town and look at the board and, walk into the inn, but he's just...
When did he
chilled
get
up.
in the inn?
He just walked in.
Okay.
just now.
Yeah, like, he walked in as she was walking down, and, like, she saw him,
Okay.
you know?
I was like, was this bitch invisible the whole time we were fucking with shit?
Busted.
Shit.
I mean, he's the alchemist. He could have made an invisibility
I
potion.
know.
Ooh. So it's, a little dwarf, stocky, round, more wide ways than tall ways. Nice long, bushy red beard. He's got more in his beard than he has on top of his head. He's kind of bald up top, either from losing his hair or blowing his hair off from mixing up concoctions.
Little column A, little column
Yeah.
B, probably.
Yeah. Which you don't notice the hair loss until he takes off his straw hat and sets it on the table. Aye! As he hops up. What you guys doing here? I saw you guys walking into town.
Oh yeah, we saw you too. I think yeah. You know we're here on business for Milna, who everyone seems to know. Do you know her?
She likes me for my alchemical
Per-
research.
Well, I was going to say
Mhm.
personality.
I got that in spades, mate.
So, you're an alchemist?
Uh-huh. You want to see a potion?
What? Yeah. What
Um,
type of potion?
Sorry, that was sarcasm.
Oh.
I meant the one where I killed a guy. He's a
She,
little unhinged.
She told us you made a poison that tastes nice.
Oh yeah, the guy said, he's like, oh, this tastes really good, and then he fell face forward and died. But
Yeah, that's amazing. Is that hard
Did-
to make?
Did he say what the taste tasted like?
cherries, fruity cherries, and which I mixed it with cherries, so I just had to make sure I didn't dilute the poison too much when adding in the cherry flavoring.
So it's not really so much the poison that tastes good, is the stuff you mixed it with then.
Yeah, you gotta be able to mix in that cherryness to make it feel alive.
That's pretty normal, I think.
So it wasn't an accidental poisoning.
Oh,
they
no,
were
he
killing.
was
They
a
were
horrible
killing that
person.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Remember
he was supposed to
she said
die.
it was bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
he's bad.
Sentenced to death.
Right. Death by cherry syrup. Gotcha.
He murdered the king's boar, or something. I don't know.
He
Ah.
dared to kill a king's deer.
It's nothing.
He
Ah.
dared to kill a king. Yeah.
Welp.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just tasked with the thing of killing the guy, giving him poison, and I just thought I'd try and make some fun and see if it tastes good. I'm obviously
What
not
is-
going to taste it.
What did it taste like before you had the cherries?
Poison?
Poisons have a taste.
I don't know. I've never tasted poison. Have you?
I mean, a little bit
Not
here
on
and there.
purpose. I mean,
Not I.
look, I'll be honest. When she was talking about a poison that tastes good, I just thought she meant booze, because
I don't know.
you know,
Kind of
mean-
kills you a little inside.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sour.
I'm surprised you guys are drinking that cider.
Oh, I'm not after she mentioned
Yeah,
the
not at-
poison.
Oh,
Yeah, not after she told us that interesting story.
What's
mean-
in the cider?
Though I guess now that I know
Ah.
it doesn't taste like cherries.
I mean, it's just aged and it's really old. So if you like aged stuff and you like aged drinks, then you're gonna love it. But
It's not
it's
supposed
strong.
to make them better.
Some people don't like it. I don't know. Those hoity-toities from year. Sorry, the cough came from the kitchen from Beatrix. Whenever he mentions all hoity-toity people. When those fancy lads like to
Is that better?
have the finer tastes and the sweets from the wines dripped from somebody's bosom. I don't know.
You don't have to bullshit us. It's fine.
I like my ale, I like my cider. Get them strong, put hair on your chest, and sadly none on my head. So, yeah. Guys, are you guys doing anything? Are you just waiting? Doing any jobs?
Well, this is Kyler talking. Well, we've offered our services against the kobolds that seem to be threatening you.
I
Make
was
sure we can. Go ahead.
I was thinking we'd just wait until Mila told us what we were supposed to be doing, or she told Beatrix she was supposed to tell us what to. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Loudly, so Beatrix. These people don't seem to know what they're doing.
Just a moment,
I-
dear.
It's not helpful.
I agree, but we can still help out around here and, maybe have some fun with it.
Maybe build up some goodwill or something.
I'd like to build up some
I
good
need get
money.
paid.
That's it. That's what I want.
There we go.
Do we get paid? I thought we were indentured.
We have to get paid or we can't
mean-
eat.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the type of adventuring you're doing, and Beatrix would actually know more because I'm just the potion guy and the store merchant, so I'm not as privy to the information as she is. But sometimes different nations' names aren't as well accepted in other nations, so you're gonna need a little money to get what you want.
Sure.
And working for the crown, they generally pay pretty well. If that's your thing.
Or if you know you have to.
Yeah, too. He kind of, by this time, not melted cheese. Beatrix has brought out his, dry meat, some soup, and, his cup. And she also brings out everybody at your table an extra, or a bowl of the vegetable and meat stew. Yes, dear, were you saying something? About people not knowing what they're doing? Are you confused?
Yes, that's precisely it. We weren't given all the information, and then we were told to come here and ask you about it. So before we start volunteering for various jobs, what is it that Milna wants us to do to begin with?
Well, it's gonna be kind of whatever she wants you to do, in a sense. She has her own agenda, not really agenda, but she's trying to get all the other nations together on one side so we could build a bigger nation to be able to help contend and to control the land outside of just the two that are constantly battling each other. And we're pretty much just on the defensive side, and we can't progress because we don't have a big enough region to push out and to take control of our areas or adjoining areas. So if we all band together, then then we can actually maybe be able to control the land of having a nation that's ruled by people and not just a dictatorship, so to speak. But the bad part of that is it's deeply seated, and really some of it is hogwash of the bad blood between the different nations from centuries and centuries of nonsense, really. So some of them might be harder to convince than the others.
Well, that's all very wonderful and big picture. I meant like tomorrow. What does she want us to do tomorrow?
Oh, well, she won't be here tomorrow.
But she didn't tell you what to tell us, because she did tell us to come to you.
Yes. She will be here. Just not tomorrow. It'll probably take, and she's thinking for a minute, because you guys left on this day here. Probably about in 3 days' time. Or
But
maybe...
she didn't tell you what to tell us to do.
It's really up to you. You can take a something off the notice board and go work on that. It would be a great help from here. Maybe trying to open up some trade routes, or honestly, you can sit on your laurels for 3 days if that's what you adventurers want to do. I mean, I'm not a person that can It's really up to you. You don't have any specific orders right now, so you're kind of on your own, but you just have to be sure to be here in 3 days whenever she comes back. Or when she gets here, so to speak. And
What is the music that's playing right now?
I don't know. It's music.
Sounds adventurous.
They're telling her to rise up!
Really, really, it's very quiet, and I thought it was from 14.
Oh, no. That's
Um,
all royalty-free music, so...
Okay. All right. So I kind of, well, she looks at Kylair because he's the one who seemed the most interested in beating up kobolds, and just is kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're beating up kobolds then. Looks at everybody else. Is that what we're doing?
I think it seems like as good a use of our time as anything.
You will also be compensated. Obviously, anything that you find in the cave would obviously be yours. And you'll also get paid for the job. I'm not for sure on the actual amount. I have to contact Milna for that. Or we just wait 3 days, depending on when you guys get back and when she shows up. But she will be here at dawn on the 3rd day. Like Gandalf.
Like the moon crashing into
Yeah, I was thinking that one.
Majora's Mask.
All
I
right.
see.
We smile.
Yeah,
Okay.
whichever you... This is obviously 3 days from tomorrow morning. This day's basically done.
Right,
In a
right.
sense.
Well, that reminds me, old Hammy, can I ask you a question real quick about things you might have in your store?
Aye? What
Was
you need,
wondering-
class?
I'm a lad,
Yeah.
first of all. Thank you very much, though. I do like to keep
Sorry.
a slim figure. I was wondering if you had an herbalism kit. You could loan me until I can get something to trade you from this old kobold hideout.
What you doing with it?
Brewing the healing type of potions, not the poison type of potions, because I imagine we might need a couple so we don't get our asses handed to us.
Ah, yes. I do have one of those, but it's more... it's not very travel heavy.
Oh, so it's a large setup.
It's kind of a big one. I can add that to the list of stuff for Milna to bring in whenever she comes.
Yeah, a portable set would help. For now it's.
But I mean, I've got potions that I've made over, the time I've been here and been bored and not making potions to kill people.
Now, Ham, are they labeled properly? Because I don't want to get. I don't want a potion of healing. It says potion of healing, but it's actually a potion of shitting yourself to death. Because that would be a potion to. It'd be very ill-timed in the midst of combat. You understand?
Do they make those?
They make a potion for everything.
Aye, they do. I
If
once had a
some-
potion that made me a little bit lighter than normal. Man, I was upside down on my roof for like 2 days. I don't know. Blood rushed to my head.
If you can think it, some sick fuck has made a potion for it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, I can confirm.
But one big point on being an alchemist, you gotta label everything properly. So yes, all my stuff is labeled properly.
What sort of potions have you been drinking, Zonyr?
Like
Boner potion.
I don't need those
You
yet.
want one? I got some of those.
I don't need it. But one time, I did drink like a fleet of foot potion, thinking that it would actually never mind. Not a discussion for the table.
No, we can move the table.
Didn't take you for a queasy type.
It's not about
Anyhow.
being queasy, it's about manners.
Sure. What other sorts of stuff do you have in your store? Particularly things that we could put on Milna's tab, seeing as none of the lot of us really have any money.
Potion wise, it's probably healing potion is probably gonna be a lot of that stuff. Is you might unless you put a tab on. What kind of other potions are you looking for?
I don't necessarily mean potions. I mean anything. She said it was a general star.
Oh yeah, I mean I've got like adventuring stuff, rope, candles, torches, oil.
Skigs.
Yeah, Skigs is like, oh, oil. Do you have any old empty cans also?
I have old empty bottles, not really cans.
That'll work.
Okay. I also kind of looks at Skigs a moment. Do you like explosives?
Oh fuck.
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh dear.
Well, if you guys are taking on that kobold thing, I have a...
No. We're going into a cave. We're not taking explosives. No, fuck that.
Come
I'm
on.
just saying, I mean, you gotta get rid of the cave or something else will move in.
No. Caves are natural and everywhere. Caves are fine.
This one's not.
Why?
A natural
with the
cave.
They dug it out.
Oh, you know what I fucking mean. Caves are everywhere. We don't need to close it up.
But come on.
Oh my god.
Well, if
He's literally like doing the Shaq shoulder shimmy. He's like, come on.
technically, if you blow it up from the front and collapse it, wouldn't that just take care of the problem? Like the
They'll dig
kobolds
out.
would-
No.
Oh,
the
yeah, I
kobolds
guess.
are master
I guess if
diggers.
they dug in, they could dig out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
dig dug.
so, dig down. So, we set a bomb in the inside and we blow the whole thing up from the inside.
You seem to
We'll
know
be
a lot
outside.
about.
We'll be outside, but
You seem to know a lot about the cave, though. Do they? Any other details you can tell us about this particular cobalt cave?
It's a cave. I haven't been inside it, but I know they dug it.
Wonderful.
From
which way? Did they dig out from the earth or into it?
into it. As far as I know.
All right.
Because, there didn't used to be anything there because it was a local trade route, and then you had reports of people coming in, and then there's like, hey, it looks like there's a hole there. So I walked out, and it was just, looked like I don't know, like somebody shot a giant cannonball into the side of the hill. I mean, obviously not the cannonball, but it was just indented, and I kind of kept an eye on it, and then one night I decided to camp out on a tree. Perks of that potion not lasting for 2 days, and I could be upside down. And I watched some kobolds. They were digging in and taking dirt out and hauling it somewhere. I don't know what they do with it. Eat it. Nasty creatures.
now I have one more small, potentially odd request for a village out here. Do you have paper and ink?
It's dusty. Special ink or just regular ink?
Just a regular ink. Just need to make notes.
Yeah. I've got a small supply of it. I generally don't have many wizards coming in town, and
We'll consider it your lucky day, because you can put that on Milner's tab. I'll take all your paper and ink you can spare.
okay. If I'll let her go into more of those details. Generally, Milna's pretty good if you're under her employment of getting special items if you might need them. So
Speaking
to
of
speak.
special items, do you have any? Do you have anything special? Magical?
Yeah.
You want a thing to make your man bigger for 4 hours?
No.
Yes. Wait. Little man or regular sized man?
Little man.
Oh.
Make him big man.
Yeah, throw one in there.
Okay.
Never know when you might need a little man to be a big man.
All right. Anything
Zinir
else?
just nods sagely. He just nods sagely.
Like,
Hand
Yeah.
on the chin.
It's like, yeah, you know,
Wise words, bro. Wise words.
Yeah.
I may come across a Goliath lady who needs a little more something.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's also a reverse of that potion in case it lasts longer than 4 hours. So
Might as well
So
put oil
anything
in
that
there too.
doesn't have to do with, genitalia or like any magic necklaces, staves,
oh
cloaks.
no,
All right,
I don't deal in weapons. You'd have to go talk to
a blacksmith.
Hildegard. Yeah,
Hildegard.
yeah, she's over.
Ah,
She's over by the blacksmith. She likes to play with the horse, and we're gonna have to put him down here soon.
Oh,
I
that's
heard that.
what does Hildegard look like so we'll know for reference when we go to look.
Oh, you'll hear her. Don't worry.
I was going to say, I think there's only like 3 people in this whole village, so I don't think you really need to.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we'll see her and we'll know her.
I just want
Unless it's secretly Ollie, which we still haven't fucking seen and we don't know what he looks
Oh,
like.
Oliver.
Have you seen him? Because we hear about him. There's chains clinking somewhere, but I haven't seen this bastard yet. I don't want to be snuck up on by a naked guy wearing a collar.
Oh, I don't have to worry about that part.
Not the
naked
collar or
part.
being naked.
Not the naked part.
So he's not wearing a collar.
Not really.
Not anymore.
You guys are very open with each other. Hildegard, you said. I think Zonia wants to know if she is attractive. Is that what you're asking?
I've used a 4-hour potion a couple of times with her,
All right.
I mean, there's only 3 of us here, and Gil
I'm gonna
Beatrix
lean
is
in.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean in conspiratorially. Do you think this little guy, you think you could get at Beatrix in there, right?
Nah. She's all that work, no play. I think she's really trying to build a robot for something more than just being a butler, if you know what I'm saying.
That's what he thought. So this blacksmith, does she have special items? And could we put them on Milla's tab, do you think?
Probably not currently. If we get trade routes open, then we might be able to get more stuff in. We don't really have a whole lot of magical items around here, just because what use have we had for them? If there's anything specific that you might need.
Not necessarily, just,
Then-
when someone gives you a blank check, you use it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, use that blank check for penis potions.
Yeah.
I don't understand you.
Zoner punches the air playfully and says, for some reason, side quest.
All right.
Just looks
But,
at him like, what?
She can definitely repair anything you've got that might be worn or broken and fix it up. And you ever find her the right materials, she might be able to make your current weapons a little better. AKA like a +1 weapon over what you got. But yeah, if your horse needs shoeing or you gotta shoot your horse, she could probably do it.
Oh.
Hey,
Our horse
it's okay whenever that thing goes down because I need to make glue.
Hopefully not all 3 on the same day. That poor
No.
horse.
A day's walk from here, there's a very dead horse in the middle of the road if you need some hooves.
Well, I don't really want to walk. I got winded from walking from here to there. He's a big guy. Kind of like not quite the big halfling from The Hobbit. I can't think of his name.
Samwise Gamgee.
No, The Hobbit.
Oh, it's the dwarf then.
Yeah, the dwarf, not halfling. Sorry.
Boffin or Bomber.
Yeah, the really big one. He's 3/4 him.
Shugalug.
He's
Shugalug.
he more twists his whole body when he walks instead of walking forward.
Shashunk.
Yeah, they say, "Oh Lord,
Big
he coming."
waddler.
Oh Lord, he coming.
Okay.
That's what Hildegard said.
All right.
Classic.
Well,
Beatrix comes back out and... Well, if you've done listening to this fine gentleman talk, is there anything else that you guys have?
I'm gonna lean over to
Questions about?
whoever's like really right next to me and be like, "She did not try and hide that at all."
Yes, Miss Beatrix, I want to talk more about your piece of work. Because I'm very, very interested in the craftsmanship. And I would like to perhaps discuss the inner workings of your creation. The inner workings of your vagina.
The inner and outer and inner and outer and inner and outer workings.
But yeah, he is politely asking more about the robot.
Okay. I've been working on it for... Starts thinking, well, my hair wasn't this gray.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Let's see. 3, 4, maybe about 10 harvests? Maybe? I mean, it just started when a traveler was coming through and he had just the exoskeleton of it, and I bartered for it, and slowly but surely, whenever Milna brings stuff in and she finds cogs, or I have other people that come in, and I put a little piece here and a little piece there, and whenever I get a part completely finished, or I believe that is finished, then Hildegard helps me fashion some actual closings, closes the exoskeleton off so that the cogs aren't exposed, and I mean, that's really about it. I just kind of fiddle with it whenever I can really find parts for it.
That is amazing. I love hearing about true projects of passion. And I would like to discuss more of this further with you. Perhaps over
Dinner.
dinner.
What, dick?
Mm.
Aren't you eating dinner now?
Yes, but wouldn't you join us and we can, deepen the conversation a bit? You seem very smart.
Oh, I am.
I
But
admire that greatly.
she takes a chair and she pulls it out from the table, and she, sits properly, her back straight, and her hands are just sitting at her, on her thighs, and it's like, yes, well, what else would you like to know?
Okay.
I mean, I'll have to feed Oliver whenever he decides to show up. I hear him every once in a while, but I just haven't found him yet.
Okay, seriously. Is Oliver a man or an animal?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's another werewolf.
Have you seen a werewolf recently?
No. Everyone keeps saying he was a werewolf. It wasn't a fucking werewolf.
I mean, there's a continent full of werewolves.
Is it
There
this
a
continent?
reason? No.
Is it this continent? They knew he wasn't a werewolf.
Okay.
Stop fishing for werewolves.
All right, just making sure because werewolf.
Also,
Dude.
sorry.
Dude, don't you want to be prepared if there's werewolves involved?
No, I'll leave.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, maybe if, you know, you can ever come across some silver or something, Hildegard can help fashion some weapons against werewolves. Just a thought.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep keep an eye out for silver. Uh, Speaking of silver, he glances down at her hands, and I'm assuming since she's sitting like a, proper dainty lady, she has her hands folded over her lap or something, or on the
Mhm.
table.
She's not sitting at the table. Like,
Oh,
the
she's
two
just
tables were closer together, so she pulled out a chair to kind of position herself where she's kind of not facing one or the other. So she's kind of centerpiece. Not really the centerpiece, but, you know,
nearby.
yeah.
Can I see your hands?
Yeah, I mean, they're, you know,
Yeah,
on top
that's
of
like,
her lap.
yeah. So he's like, I if you don't mind me asking, you seem like you have a very noble, regal bearing about yourself, or are you of high birth?
Um, Not necessarily. Maybe at
Oh,
one time, but not anymore.
you
Your
just
birth doesn't change just because you move, does it?
yeah, you just seem very regal and put together. I also quite admire that.
It maybe not. It doesn't depend on where you move. It just maybe depends on who's in charge and what happens with your family.
Yeah, I could definitely understand that.
Also, I want to know who took my paper.
Yep.
And then we'll pause there for a break.
It's break time. I'm gonna go get some water. Well,
Yep.
more water.
We'll
It's
take a quick break
time.
and
It's break time.
10 minutes or whatever. Everybody get up, stretch, and we'll finish this next part and be back shortly.
Sounds good. Cool.
Chance of combat increasing.
Mm-hmm.
Manage to piss off everybody all the time.
Everybody, technically.
Okay, we're back. Gotta push your button
Hello,
to talk.
everybody.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Alright, so right before we took a quick break, Beatrix confronted the group and asked who took her paper? Who took her note?
Senior seems confused because he's just like, what?
Note?
Yes.
Skiggs will just hand it back to her.
Thank you, dear.
I saw Milner's name on it. I thought maybe I could learn something new about her, but no.
That's totally understandable. This is just a shopping list of sorts.
Oh,
I wanted to see how honest or upfront you would be with giving it back. I knew that it was gone, and it was there this morning, and you guys are the only ones that've been here, obviously. So I knew it.
Except for Oliver, right?
I mean, a breeze could have blown it off your table.
Maybe, but I have an eye for realizing when things have been moved or shuffled, and it's not been very breezy today. But yes, as we were saying, I believe you were trying to coax me into bed tonight.
I mean, not to coax. Ask nicely, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Coaxing and asking nicely are two different things.
Are they though?
I mean, coaxing is just asking nicely.
Well, I mean, it depends on your...
No. Just give it up. I feel like I should have bet you something.
You probably should have. I mean, if you want to take an easy bet, go knock up Hildegard's door.
I've never been in this situation before. So, I'm just gonna... Your soup's very good, by the way.
Thank you.
How picky are you, Mr. Zonier?
I'm picky.
Are you right there with Hildegard?
I've never met the last, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I think she's calling you a
mildly-
slut.
Yeah, how mildly attractive does she have to be for you to go for it?
As long as it's got two legs, dear.
No one's ever asked me that question before. I just like women.
I love seeing this prim look on Monty's face. I just want to put that out there.
She sits there and enjoying the conversation, and just, no, dear, but it was a valiant effort, but normally I only engage in those activities when I'm trying to get something, so to speak.
What do you want?
Nothing that you have.
It was worth a shot.
Not quite as entertaining as I thought, but still pretty entertaining.
It was worth a shot.
Give it a 4 out of 10. I've seen better.
Ah,
Damn.
can't disagree.
Very anticlimactic.
I am insulted.
In multiple ways.
Try better next time.
Tough crowd.
Well,
Perhaps I will speak to the blacksmith.
I mean,
of all the things that this group may lack, entertainment, I think, will not be one of them.
I agree.
I agree.
Oh, I figured no, Goddard's still in the kitchen working on that stew.
Oh.
Just skipped the whole conversation. Too focused on cooking.
Hey, you gotta have a hobby, right?
Yeah.
I thought we had the stew now.
We do have the stew now. The stew's mostly been done. It's just been stewing
Mm.
Ah,
Gunner's
for
just
most
he's
of the day. It's just
supervising.
been,
Yeah.
It's been adding a bunch of extra flavors.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Godek has their hobbies and interests, and I have mine. There's nothing wrong with that.
yes, but his is practical and something other people can enjoy. Yours seems to be skirt chasing, which only really you and potentially one other person enjoy.
I mean, let's be
I mean,
honest. You can have more than one.
No, you
Yeah.
can, but with such a feeble attempt, I mean, I'd say one at a time is a blessing for you.
And with
You'd
the
be
with the big
It's
groan.
it's a good thing you're the wizard because that was quite a burn.
Oh, we need a cleric to heal that, though. I don't do that.
Hamstring. Sorry, he and kind of waddles. I'll be back. And just kind of waddles out the door.
There he goes. There he goes again.
Mm.
I thought you were a wizard, not a bard.
I can multi-class, can't I?
I don't know. Ask the DM.
What's a class? What's a DM? I'm a DM.
Breaking the fourth wall here, aren't we?
It's become my thing. Definitely did it last time too. Oh yeah, we should take a long rest. Don't know what that is, but we should do it.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Mhm.
Speaking of, I think I'm going to go retire, and if anybody ends up in the room later, because you're all still fighting over who's getting single rooms, have at it, I guess. I'll curl up to one side of the bed.
I
Oh,
will
and-
remind you all, I get a single bed.
I believe Hamstring was going to get whatever you requested from him. Like potions and potions.
Potions and potions.
Ink and
Potions and potions
Paper?
and
Yeah,
potions.
just paper
Oh,
and ink
well.
and shit.
and you
Nice.
remember that you don't remember her being in the room from when this discussion was going on.
Yeah.
So dang, she got some hearing.
Got them elf ears.
Them elf ears. Look, dude, I'm thinking that I might just share the room with you if that's okay. Cause it looks like my plans are a wash.
Fine.
The rooms are quite spacious. Each one has 2 regular sized beds in them.
Oh, we're fighting over sharing beds when there's 2 beds per room.
Yes.
Well, that makes everything easier.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, everybody should be able to have room for. It would accompany up to 8 people, and if one person had a bed, or 16 if y'all shared, shared a bed.
Yeah, but
Or,
Miss
you know,
Ma'am here needs her own private quarters. And that's fine.
I'm sure that the wonderful lady of this establishment understands perfectly why.
Yes. I do. And she makes a sign to you, makes a hand gesture towards you that you only understand as thieves can't.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that hand gesture. It's more just an acknowledgement of that's Signor's hand gestures. Only with the halfling, it's 2 hands.
Yeah, they call that the rope climb.
I'm a monkey.
Wow. Wow.
I understand it to mean.
Just that she understands that, what line of work that you're in. Basically, that you're a rogue. And she's, you both understand thieves can't. Just to give you that subtle nod of, people of your nature like privacy.
I mean, I was just talking about I'm a lady, That's fine till.
I understood.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's a lady.
So what time is it? It's not sundown
It's
yet?
like 6 o'clock.
Okay. So it's approaching.
Yeah.
Well, it's been lovely. I can't believe you're going to bed at 6 o'clock, you old man. I think I'm going to go visit the blacksmith if anybody wants to come along.
Yeah, I'll come with.
Oh, well, you do, but anyone else.
Just, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm so insulted. He's not insulted.
Yeah, Goddard and Kalarian will follow. Although Goddard will take the plates probably to the kitchen.
What a nice man.
Yes.
We hear more
Only when it comes
shifting
to food.
around somewhere. There's Oliver again. Somewhere.
Just start flipping over tables looking for him.
What is Oliver?
Specifically?
Yes.
How do I put this lightly? He's whatever he wants to be for the day.
A manservant.
No,
Like a homunculus.
not quite.
A shifter.
He's what you would call
It's a ditto.
a mimic.
You're
Oh.
a Pokemon fucker.
It's a shifter.
There's a mimic just wandering around, is what you're saying, like an actual carnivorous, glue-tongued mimic,
Yeah.
Oh.
and you just let him kind of wander. Then
So it
He's-
is a pet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
He just new faces, he gets really shy. He might try and grab you, but he won't. He knows he'll get in trouble if he tries to eat somebody without me handing them the person.
Feed me, Seymour.
Is that what you do with all the people you poison first?
Well, I mean, the person that we poisoned, obviously he got fed because that's just a waste of meat. But normally it's just like
Interesting.
wild game and stuff like that we hunt around or trap around, and I mean he doesn't have to eat all the time.
So
Like,
what is Oliver today?
what is he today? I don't know. I think he's a little box running around somewhere. Sometimes he's a
Boxed.
table, sometimes he's a chair.
All right.
Looks at chairs. Sidesteps.
He's around.
So,
If you happen to see him and he's laying in wait, just give him a little shove with your foot and he'll move along. Just say move along, Oliver, and he'll most likely stand up and start walking.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
good to know. Good to know. All right.
Listen, I've had Oliver for about as many years as I've been here. The person that dropped off the exoskeleton also had a pet mimic, and I also bartered for that too, because who wouldn't want a pet mimic?
Well, typically I would think that would be quite dangerous, but you know what? That's pretty metal.
You need to
Most
hide a
people
body.
probably don't want a pet mimic, I would imagine. Very few.
Jeez, I look. You had me pegged all wrong. I thought
Oh, you like being
Nope.
pegged? She just grins.
He looks around. He's like,
You're very open here.
I was just going to say that I would thought you would have like a cat or something, but you know, a mimic.
Cats are boring. Unless it's like, a big feral cat, then yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna go. I'll see you later.
Oh yeah, I'm going with So yeah, I'll be back.
Thanks for
I'll
dinner.
be here. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oliver never leaves the inn, so you don't have to worry about anything outside the inn.
All right.
Kind of point at Skiggs and Alistair, who didn't mention whether or not they were gonna come or go.
Alistair's going up to his room.
Still going up
Okay.
to his room.
Yeah.
It's like, I have secret shit to do. I know I already did secret shit twice today, but I have other secret shit to do.
He likes to poop,
Yeah,
behind
he's a shy
closed doors.
pooper.
Oh my god.
Make sure nobody else is around. I
Goes
can
on
dig it.
vacation, has to wait until he gets home from vacation to poop.
Exactly.
Oh no, that sounds awful. Oh my god.
Says the one who brought poopery.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to.
Listen, sometimes hotel rooms just smell.
Yeah,
Not
look.
poopery. Poopery.
Yeah,
I
You
used to have a
spray-
bottle of poopery.
yeah. You spray it in the bathroom before you go, and that way nobody else has to know everything going on in the bathroom.
It's just
No
when you
one
go,
else has to smell.
No, and you won't do that if you have enough fiber in your diet, and you're derailing me.
Welcome to Poop Dog.
No.
But yeah,
So Ketarazi marches right out the door.
Alistair will ask Beatrix if she could call down if Ham comes back.
oh sure, give it, it takes him like 20 minutes to get across from one building to another.
Appreciate
back.
it. Thank you very much.
Or I can just leave it down here and then you can come get it later.
I don't imagine anyone else is going to walk off with paper and ink, so that'll be fine too.
Secret other wizards. Oh shit! Free paper and ink.
Fucking secret
Yeah.
wizards. Always got to watch out for feral wizards just wandering around.
I immediately thought of like a fucking, the wizard cap and Wizard Rosen. They're just like sneaking around, stealing paper and ink and shit. Shine a light on them. They're like, "Tss," and they put their beard up and they go away.
Got to watch out for feral wandering origami practitioners.
Yeah.
All right. So, taking note of what building I saw what's his face in front of before, and also probably hobbling towards now. I head into the last building. What'd you say? her
This
name
is
was?
the-
Hildegard.
This is the market,
Okay.
blacksmith, and then you're in this.
What with the anvil?
Yep.
Sweet. Right.
Zenna's going to follow Katazazi.
You're drunk?
No, I'm sorry. I was just Katarazi.
Mhm.
Ketarazi.
Katarazi. Thank you.
Guitar.
Ketarazi. No. So she wanders over there. I guess.
She's a nice lady. What do you think?
She seems very mysterious.
Yeah, I like that in a woman. A woman.
In a
In a
woman.
woman.
And a woman. I like my women's to have mystery.
I'm
Just one mystery.
Just
Just
one
one.
mystery.
Just one.
More than one mystery is too much to handle.
I'm inclined to believe that you only really need one thing in a woman.
Oh,
Myself.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, that's
No,
enough
no.
of that.
it's good to have like conversations. Look, I may seem like I only want one thing, but I think it's more engaging to have a multifaceted person.
Sure. As we approach,
Mhm.
kind of look around because they made it sound like she might be wandering a bit.
You can, when you get closer to the blacksmith area, you can hear a little bit of anvil hammering. You can definitely see the old horse when you walk in between the two buildings. You get past the notice board, it's generally like in this area, so you didn't really see it when you're standing there, but getting past it enough, you can see that it's, you know, more in between the buildings. You just a little tinker, and it's really kind of open enough to try and, you know, get a breeze for most of it, and then the actual forge is, you know, closed off a little bit, so you know, you can get a good fire in it going when you need to, not to worry about it getting blown out. But
Has it got doors, or it's just kind of open, or?
it's really just kind of, you know, open concept kind of deal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because it also is like a makeshift stable for the horse, so kind of like a, not a lean-to, but like those open air garages, carports. So there's that part, and then just think of it as the part end of it being closed off for where the anvil would sit, and then a half fence to keep the horse if it was ever going to wander off in.
I'm more talking about the blacksmithery, the smithy.
Oh yeah, that would be in the more closed off area. The door's open, but
Okay.
or, I mean, there's not a door, but there's a space for a door would be.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up to the door frame,
Yeah.
knock on the frame, and hello?
Hello?
Jesus. Who's Jesus? That's not a thing in this world.
Could be.
Just a guy named Jesus used to know.
Second cousin, my name, my second cousin's name, Jesus. Hi there. You forgot your name already? Hold on, look at my notes.
Hildegard.
Hildegard. You Hildegard?
Yeah, my name's Hildegard. You just see a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Who's kind of, she isn't built ish. I mean, she's like tall and lanky for like what a halfling would be. Kind of like you'd see a person that's really skinny and tall. You know, think of
It's
like
willowy.
yeah. She's kind of like that. It's kind of intriguing that, you know, this lanky little halfling is a blacksmith.
That's awesome.
But you know, you see like little hammers around the shop, and like little, you know, pliers and stuff, things, tools obviously smaller for halfling use, but
It's a dollhouse.
yeah. She comes up, she's mostly covered in soot and grime, and her hair you think is black, you can't tell, but you know, obviously.
I'm just gonna say, hello, how are you doing this evening? We've brought you a slip of man meat here who'd like to fuck your brains out. Are you interested?
Oh yeah! Let's go! Right now? Right now? Right now?
Right now.
Right now?
Right, like right here.
I don't care. We can do it on the
I
back of the
think
horse if you want. He might fall down though.
I think Carlisle would be a little shocked at that, but I don't know.
Yes.
That poor horse. What has he seen? What has this horse seen over the...
Too much. He's really only 2 years old. All the sex on his back is broken, physically and mentally.
I mean,
Here's the trick of it though. First we need to know if you can do anything for us weapons wise. You are the blacksmith, yeah?
oh, yeah, I guess.
You guys?
I mean,
All
yeah,
right.
I'm the blacksmith. I just thought it would be more. You want to see some of my skills? I was gonna jump up on the table or something, but, you know.
Listen, he is here for it. He'll be here. He'll be here for it. Don't worry about it.
Are you guys gonna watch?
No,
No.
I'm gonna go to bed probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, but before we get started, did you just whore me out?
No, what do you mean? I just cut to the chase for you. She's interested. You're interested. Why bother fucking around? Put it that way.
I just realized I also didn't update your guys' numbers. So you're level 2 now, not level 1. Sorry, carry on.
What do you mean?
Make sure.
Just cut to the what?
I'm being helpful. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You
That's all I said.
look. From your demeanor, it seemed like you were just completely and totally not thrilled. So you're just giving me some mixed signals here, and I am quite confused.
No. I'm so sorry. So back to the weapons. I pull out my rapier and I'm like, can you think you can do anything to this? Maybe sharpen up a little. Basically, I'm being like, hey, can you +1 this, please?
And then she takes it and inspects. She goes, "Oh, this is nice, but I can't make it better right now. I don't have the materials for it."
Right, fair enough.
There are some materials like that in the mountains nearby, but I mean, I don't have anything on hand with it that I can do. I can definitely repair it and make it sharper, but not, to be something that you're looking for.
That's all fair and fine. What sort of materials would you need, do you think?
She looks at it some more. Are you all wanting to get it? Like a better kind of upgraded weapon, or just you?
Well, I don't know. And I look at the rest.
Yes. Well, so Kyler would be in the affirmative, and I don't know about for Goddard because I think he's like technically his natural weapons.
He needs a mani-pedi, and that's all
Mhm.
he'll do.
Yeah.
My weapons are
Dick.
just good old left and right, old starboard and
Larboard.
Larboard. Old starboard, larboard, forward, and back.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
So at least 3 of us. Well, 2 of us, I guess.
Oh,
2
okay.
of us.
You'll have to get some, Sorry, I forgot what voice I was doing for a second. You'll have to get some, Mickey Mouse! Woo!
What is Mickey Mouse? Mm-hmm.
I'm going in dry!
No.
Yeah, let's see. Dang it, now I get that out of my head.
Now you're stuck in Mickey.
That's
You
what
did it to
get.
yourself. You did it to yourself.
That's what you get.
Yep.
Dang it! Oh, crap.
Did it
Stinks
to
for
yourself.
I really need some oh, just to make our valley girl. Some extra powders. It's it looks like a blackish grayish powder. It's normally around like iron and stuff like that, but generally if you can find any of that, I at least need.
I think you're gonna have to be more specific than blackish grayish powder. There's a lot of those.
No, like it when you're trying to mine out iron, it comes off the iron. But normally people don't pick that up because they just think of it as just rocks, and you have to, without getting super into it a whole lot, you have to sift some of that out and then add another ingredient that I have on hand to do that kind of stuff. And then that kind of makes the quality to harden the iron, which then we can be forged down to. Because basically, I'll take your weapons and I'll melt them down completely, and then
You what?
yeah, I mean, to make it better and stronger, you have to kind of melt it down to almost a molten form, and then add in the extra metal to make it denser and harder to give it that extra, um, not really weight, but to give it that extra oomph. And she give it that extra, and she looks at Zinir, girthiness to swing around.
Yeah.
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 So yeah,
Alright.
as long as you don't want to, if it's, as long as it's not like a family heirloom or anything like that, then yeah. If it's something you're sentimental on, it's not a. I mean, it's a difficult process, but it's it just takes a little bit.
Right. Do you mind if I have a look around at the quality of your current pieces? Do you have anything we could look at? No offense to you, but we have just met and I don't know if you're any good or not.
Oh sure, yeah, if you want to. I don't have a whole lot because I don't have a whole lot of weapons here because I make a lot of tools. I end up making more tools than I do weapons just because it's slowed down a lot. But and she goes back and turns around and brings out well, it would be a long sword for her, but it's actually just like a regular sword, and sets it down on the counter, and it's everything's generally pretty well made. She's, for being as tiny as she is, she definitely, the craftsmanship's pretty good for what it is, and the amount of stuff that she has or doesn't have.
Don't judge a book by its cover. That's the lesson.
I'm judging a book by whether or not I'm going to end up with a sword after mine is melted down, But this looks pretty good actually, so not so worried
She
anymore.
just brings out more. She has a couple or not really daggers. It's just a dagger, or knives that she kind of brings out. I do have some of these other knives that these are better for throwing. A couple of these, and I guess we're gonna. Do you guys have mining tools?
No.
We do not.
Okay, so she just kind of.
We have an old shovel that I have.
Yeah. Just a couple mining picks, and usually, even with discounted stuff, I still generally have to charge to a degree. But if you guys can get me some extra, not just to make yours, then I can definitely pretty much make your guys's for free.
Do you have any sort of arrangement with Milna?
Yes, but she only covers like stuff that she asked me specifically to do. Sadly, I don't get to be in the great forges of making like all the military armor. I'm just kind of like her general armor, and she doesn't generally have me make a whole lot. Hamstring makes so much more stuff for her than she asked me to. It's mostly just me and the horse that I didn't make. He's my biggest client.
Okay.
All right.
Shoes.
So, how much more of this are we talking to get it into a place where we pay you very little or nothing from our own pockets?
Wah. I mean, if you can.
A train worth.
Yeah. What was I making? Two, or was I making 2 or 3?
Two.
What does Skiggs use though?
Go on.
He uses a pistol, yeah.
That might actually take work if I actually have to make a different pistol. Let's just say just bring back double of what you have and a couple extra pieces of iron.
Sounds lovely. We can manage that, can't we? I look around.
I think so.
If anybody's, needs a new pair of chainmail, I can. And she's points because she's like, that thing was horrible to get up there. Beatrix had to put that up there, and it's a little big for me to be carrying around. It's just a standard piece of chainmail that is hanging up on like a half torso mannequin. Any armor that you guys have, I can definitely fix. I mean, metal armor wise, Beatrix is more the leather and cloth kind of person that would need fixed. We're kind of, we wear a lot of hats around here, and we kind of deal with what we got.
She did not mention that.
Well, there's a lot about her that just more than meets the eye.
She does seem quite enigmatic.
You tried to sleep with her, didn't you?
I did. Didn't work out.
I know, me too.
Samesies.
This is where the halflings high five,
Twins.
but it's really just a low five.
Yeah.
You can give me a low
She
five.
tries to cop a feel if she,
Say she's trying to give you a low 5, right? That's what. Yeah, you got pimped out to get 5.
That's a grapefruit. Hmm.
Oh my god!
Well, I'm glad we. I'm bye. Have fun. See you later.
Yeah, you hear screaming.
Don't
He's
worry about
okay.
it.
Mhm.
Help!
Don't act like you don't want it.
Ugh.
Nice.
I don't think you can say that.
I can. You can't. That's also terrible. It's not very untrue.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, I apologize, internet.
As they, they went off to go, pimp Zenuro. Hamstring had walked back and he had a little bundle, wrapped up. And, it's got the ink, or it's got the paper kind of wrapped up in kind of like a burlap sack to try and keep it from dusting too much. And beside it would be a couple bottles, and then beside it was one potion of, hardiness. One potion of unhardiness.
Mm-hmm.
And two more regular healing potions.
Cool. Like, oh, thank you, Hamstring. I'll get you what I can from the cave that's worth anything. I'll remember to set it aside for you.
Aye. And where's Skiggs at this point?
I think Skiggs also went with us to the blacksmith.
Yeah, sure. I didn't actually remember.
I don't think we ever decided. But yeah, your little friend. You know, one likes explosives.
Okay, yeah, the green one, right?
Yeah. He just takes a smaller package and kind of slides it over. It'll explode. But
Does it need instructions, or would he just kind of know?
he should know. If he likes explosives, he should know. Just after you guys kill what's rest in there or whatever. If he tests these out for me and actually brings down and kind of collapses the hole, I'll show him how to make them.
I'm sure he'll appreciate that.
Just might not want to tell the elf lady.
No, of course not.
She scares me. I kind of
look-
like it.
I bet you do. I'll put in a good word for you. Though I'm not sure my word counts for much around her.
Well, you know.
Which
I'll
elf lady?
You.
You're,
Okay.
You're orky elf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just saw pointed ears and thinks elves, right?
You're a green elf, right?
Yeah.
You know. A few times after Hildegard, and you just kind of... She's wild. Not in a good way.
Oh, not in a good way. Well, I'm sure they'll
Yeah.
find out.
Sorry, Zonier.
Depends if you like getting pegged or not. She's really into that.
Uh-oh.
That's the second time. That's the second time that's come up today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yup.
We're missing part of Team Horny, and yet this is still happening.
Yep.
Only missing one of each.
Yep.
Right?
Hey, I'm not horny. I'm not a horny member of Team Horny.
I mean, you are.
Yeah.
Not that horny. Not
Physically.
Not Zonier horny.
Yeah, physically. I know. You know what? I think Zinya's horniness is I think pretty standard level horniness for a himbo.
So a lot?
No, because not necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find a nice middle ground.
Alistair will thank Hamstring and he'll take his shit back upstairs and lock the door.
Yep, so he just...
Did you get that message I sent you, by the way, Monty? Or?
Oh, that was yours? Yeah.
It's about what he's doing in his room.
Secret things.
I wanna know. Can you show me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Involves the boner potion.
Never mind.
And that strange bottle of oil they found on the counter.
Ooh.
Oh no.
I just went to the kitchen and got all the cooking oil.
Mm-hmm. Still hot.
Oh.
It's okay, I'm heat resistant.
Well.
Yeah. Hamstring will, still be down there kind of milling around when the rest of the group gets back, and then he'll eventually
So here's my
return
question
to
though.
the end.
Does Zonier actually stay? Denitra?
Hmm?
Does Zonier actually stay at the blacksmith?
Yep.
Alright, well. Have fun.
Yeah, as everybody's leaving, you
Can I
just
roll-
hear chainmail hitting the floor. All right, big boy, you ready now? Mm.
Are we? Do I get the roll to see if we get?
Bet you're glad the kids aren't there.
Yeah.
He's doing it. Yesterday during raid, he was just screaming randomly for
Yeah.
funsies because he could, and I'm like, Monty, stop! It's so loud.
I'm not gonna make you roll anything crazy unless you want to try
No.
and roll to become the alpha.
Oh no, look.
All right, you're taking it then. Okay.
Give a constitution save to see how bruised your cheeks are.
Oh my god.
Which cheeks? All of them.
Just
Oh,
every single one.
every cheeks.
Hey, let me
Cheeks
tickle
you
your,
didn't know you had.
Yeah. let me tickle your prostate.
My prostate. My prostate. Things I didn't think I'd say today.
Saying my
Just hear
prostate in a
shouting.
concerned manner.
Yeah, just shouting. My prostate.
Yelling my
Like,
prostate.
Before we're even in the other building, we hear
Yeah.
this. We're like, oh,
Wow.
she
Oh, yeah.
works fast.
Yeah.
Shapes.
Ah, crap.
Well then,
Team Green and Horny indeed.
Mhm.
I don't know if I feel sorry for him or not. I assume that's what he wanted.
Before you hoard him out. You're like, yeah, that's what he wants. Just whatever's going on in there.
You assume a person like that knows how to say no, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beatrix like, meets the group at the doors. Oh, yeah. This is exactly what I thought I heard. And then just turns around and goes back inside.
Yeah, we left him. We. I thought maybe if she had a good time, she'd be more willing to make us some fun weapons,
Well, she would have done that without the good time.
Yeah. Maybe we've gotten you some respite from our friend, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's fun to shoot people down. Whenever we're more busy, we would have people come in more when the trade routes were open, and people would try their luck. And most of the time, nobody got anywhere because it was not their time.
Certainly. All right.
Although, I could hire a call girl if we ever get busy.
You need people for that.
I know. If we ever became busy, it would...
You're not downstairs.
That's why I didn't talk in an accent. Ah.
Well, I don't know
Then-
what else to do for the night.
Oh, there's Oliver.
Sleep.
And as you guys walk past the counter, you notice that there's a small box sitting on top of the counter. It's small. It's, probably about that big wide, and it's smaller today.
Also, it's little. It's a cute one.
Baby mimic.
He changes each day. So,
Still a mimic, Deidre. Don't touch. Watch your fingies.
Cassis knows because of Dark Souls. He's pretty much that embodiment, so whenever he moves, he, two long
Breathes.
legs
Oh,
come
he
up
grows
out of the
skittery.
bottom.
Terrible skittery legs.
Yeah, long legs that come up out of the bottom, and he'll have some arms that come out of the sides, and just kind of lumbers around.
Imagine chest being this big, but the legs are stork length legs, so it's it goes from being a foot high box on the ground to being 3 feet tall, just running with big lanky legs like a fucking cartoon.
I'm going to retract my cute comment.
I mean, when it's small, it still looks kind of cute, because it's only a couple inches tall, but...
Yeah, I just imagined,
But whenever he's a table or something, it's gonna be... Baba Yaga.
terrifying. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, just mimics in general. The thought of them is quite terrifying.
All right. Well, I'll be avoiding that, I guess. Sneak.
Yes.
Beatrix takes a little piece of meat and just sticks it in front of it, and he'll eat it later. And then she's like,
You're having fun with this, I think, aren't you?
Well, it was just me and Oliver at the beginning. Here, anyways. And then a little bit...
Do you point this out to all your customers?
No, it's just ones that are, we have that special acquaintance.
Ex-cons.
I try not
Just
to
ones
hide...
that I might have to feed to Oliver at some point.
I try not to hide too much from them, just because it's nice to know some things. Important things, anyways.
It is. What other important things haven't you mentioned now that you're mentioning it? And she kind of stops at the stairway, turns around, and leans on the banister,
Well, we all share the same mark.
I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. Because no one else notices it.
Huh?
Yeah. It'll be more apparent
Dun, dun,
whenever
dun.
Milna shows up in 3 days. She'll explain everything on that front. Sometimes it's more to see things happen, to understand the gravity of things. And then you hear like a loud rustling. It's like, excuse me a moment. She opens the door and you hear a loud thump, and then a couple minutes pass by and she comes out adjusting her shirt. Now, yes? Is there anything else that you'd like
Yeah,
to
I want to know what that was.
Oh,
So
that's our
very quickly.
demonstration.
Of.
In 3 days, your group will be shown a demonstration of what happens if, quote unquote, you don't stay in line.
Great.
I mean, I'm in the same boat too, dear.
Huh.
And we've
Very
all
interesting.
had our pasts around here that we've been able to get a second chance, and as long as you don't worry about doing stuff, then it's not something you ever have to worry about. It's a little jarring at first, but you just kind of learn to go with it.
I was under the impression that eventually we could work our way out from under this Milna's thumb. How long have you been working at it?
Oh, I'm not necessarily trying to work myself out of it. Being under Milna's employment, she pretty much trusts me to do whatever it is that she wants me to do, or whatever I want to do. She supplies me with things that I don't really have to pay for too much. So, it was never really in my sentence to try and work myself free. So I don't know what kind of your guys' arrangements are, or your group's arrangements are, with her. That would be more of a her detailed kind of idea.
Sure. All right.
But for me, I just kind of wanted a place to hide out, so to speak. So she put me here. Will that be all, dear, or you have any?
Goddick seems a little bit not confused, but I'm trying to think of the right word. Just sort of like contemplative, like he had never thought of that. That changes things just a little.
I mean, it's not always necessarily bad, but you know, I'm not in jail. I'm not in prison. Generally, don't have to watch over who's trying to track me down.
I understand why you could enjoy that peace. I just didn't expect it. And with that, he'll go upstairs.
If anybody needs anything at any point in the night, just call down. Don't walk around at night.
Stay in your room so the mimic doesn't eat you.
Yeah. Just remember, just say no, Oliver, and he'll tap him with their foot, and he'll stop. He won't be able to change until the morning anyway, so he can't do that much damage being that small. And she picks at the chest.
All right. Thanks for the advice, I guess.
Anytime, dear.
Whoop, turn around, walk upstairs, look for an empty room.
I mean, it's pretty much just a hallway, 2 rooms on each side. Or wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a little bit past that last room where there's just an extra chest. It's currently empty, but it could be where like traveling people, if they have extra coats or boots or whatever they wanted to not store in the room, like if they're wet or whatever, they could be put there. But the rooms are, spacious. It's got enough for 2 full beds. a little silhouette. Not really silhouette, sorry. Like a... Well, let's say you could fit... If the beds were side by side touching each other, you could fit 5 beds beside it. So it's,
Okay.
you know, basically 3 beds width in the middle and between the 2 beds on each side. And the door would open up into the middle of the bed, so it's kind of equal space. You could essentially divide the room in half, and everybody would have equal halves of the room. And they're not... You can definitely tell they're definitely not the best rooms, but they're spacious. It doesn't look like anything's been leaking into it, but you can tell that they don't necessarily have been used a lot. You can tell that Beatrix, when she came up here earlier looking for Oliver, that she, you know, shuffled things around a little bit to try and give it that quick, oh, hey, somebody's at my house, let me try and clean up real fast aspect of it. But that's about it. They're pretty
when I get in my
bare bones other
room,
than that.
I'm gonna close the door, lock it, and check it for stuff like bugs, or not like crawly bugs, but like
More
things that could
mimics.
listen. Things that could
Oh.
listen to me or watch me or whatever.
Make an investigation check.
Do they have those kind of things?
Magical ones, I imagine.
Scrying.
I mean, I probably couldn't check for magical things, but if there was like an object, then maybe.
Yeah. You take, I don't know, a good 30 minutes, you know, just checking boards, pressing on boards, make sure that there's no, you know, give way to them. The mirror looks like it's a regular mirror. It's not like a one-way mirror. Everything
Two
looks,
ways?
well, you know, you can only see one way through it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
It's uphill both
I'll-
ways. It's all uphill from here.
Yeah.
But you don't ever find anything. You just think this is just a regular room. You can tell where she's moved stuff around, and you know, check through those more or less more detailed than, you know, what you give other parts of the room, and it really looks like it's just her trying to give it a fresh look for, you know, a customer kind of deal.
Okie dokie. Anybody else?
I'm still getting my shit rocked.
Yeah, literally.
Alistair's still in his room with the door locked, doing mysterious things.
Okay. I'm gonna, if there is a room open next to Alistair, I'm gonna pick that one and like listen.
I mean, you'd have to figure out what room he's in, but
I mean,
Wait.
you probably
You
just
could.
like go to the first door and try to open it and realize it's locked.
Yeah.
wait, so Alistair's by himself, so you're gonna put Goddard, Kylier, and Skiggs. Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind, retract that. Alright, so 3 people get their own room, 2 people have to share. Right, what's yeah.
If
Yeah.
if Zenir stays with
Sudier's not coming home tonight.
All right, so I'm listening.
Make a perception roll. Well, is that okay, Monty?
So, I mean, yeah, if you want to roll with it, go ahead.
All right, with a 17, I imagine you can hear footsteps, like walking back and forth. But you could also hear like sounds of mild discomfort every once in a while,
Go in it.
like
Philip?
He's invisible.
Oh no.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Okay.
He's back.
Oh, I was like, oh no, eaten by Blanca. What happened?
No, sorry. I just had to do something real quick. So
Oh.
I turned my camera off so that.
I was like,
He got really turned on by footsteps. So it's
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
exactly it.
yeah. So footsteps and
These slight discomfort, papers shuffling.
he is a shy pooper.
paper cuts.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. Once I hear all that, I just go ahead and bang on the wall. What you doing?
Estoy pooping!
Estoy pooping.
Oh my god.
Actually, instead of what you doing, like, hey, are you alright in there? You sound. And just like,
Go to bed.
no, you. No, not really.
Stop being a creep listening to my wall.
Stop being so loud, grunting.
I'm not. Like, you rolled pretty high. You probably could hear like a pin drop in his room. You got them fucking satellite dish ears. Nobody else can hear it. Like, you're being loud. It's like, no, you're being nosy.
You hear a small thump against your door. And it's quiet. Yeah, a thump. It's just like a. You figure it's probably the mimic that ran into the door.
Yeah, I'll open it.
Because
That
normally the
means-
doors are open, right? So he just kind of wanders around and
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
licks the door.
I say, has the rest of you heard the noise those mimics make? Does it make that noise too?
Sure, we'll
that-
go with it.
I'll link it so everyone else can listen.
I'm good.
Is Goddard sleeping alone? Or are we putting Kylar and Skiggs together just because they're not here and they can't fight for themselves?
Yes.
Sure.
Alright. Is Goddard doing anything before he goes to sleep?
He's unclenching his jaw.
Every night before bed, I must unclench my jaw.
Senior's going to be unhinging his jaw here in a minute.
I just, we'll discuss that later. I was just like, what is she doing? You know what? We'll discuss it later.
Getting spit roasted with the horse.
That old horse?
It's only 2 years old, remember?
Yeah,
It's-
but it
it's
looks like
just
it
seen
was.
some shit.
Yeah, it looks like it was on its last legs.
It is.
I don't want to kill it.
Listen, just because... Listen, old people are horny too.
I mean, it's true, but
Either way, it's... You're not really getting spit roasted by the horse.
yeah, I was like, I don't want to give charity dick to an old horse, okay?
That is a okay. That going someplace.
Yep! Gonna love that one.
I said what I said.
But, does anyone else do anything tonight?
Not I.
Nope.
Is, I'm not gonna make you RP it with yourself, Aaron, but, is Alistair giving Skiggs the package?
I'll give it to him in the morning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to give it to him at night. He'll disturb
Blow up the
everybody.
house.
Yeah, trip over the mimic and blow everybody up.
Yeah.
Game over. Wah,
Mhm.
wah, wah, wah.
But,
TPK, 2 players missing, still dead.
yeah. Xenia wakes up with a sore butt and it's like, man, where'd the house go? I saw my friends laying all over the ground outside in pieces.
Oh man, this sucks.
We weren't
Why
that
does-
close. It's fine.
Why does this keep happening?
Oh,
Come here, honey, I'll show you what sucks.
Oh
Oh,
no. Oh no.
so anyhow.
yeah, it is 1:30, so I was say we could probably
Ah.
end for this evening.
Sure, if you want. Who's sleepy?
I mean, I'm a little sleepy, but I'll be up for a little bit longer. But you know,
And also it gives the point of, we can hopefully get the other two back, or
Yeah.
get the other back before we really, or you guys go
Get-
traversing after kobolds.
yeah,
We made all
I-
these decisions and you didn't get to, but you're coming now. Haha.
yeah. I don't want to get too much into the nitty gritty of things without the rest of the party, or at least without discussion. So, I'm okay with wrapping up for this evening because I certainly didn't wrap up this evening.
Oh.
Don't worry, not like you ever got to put it anywhere.
oh, pegged on the what the
Yeah.
First date.
Pegged on the blacksmith's table.
Got
Among
bent
all
over the
the-
anvil.
The calipers and
Oh,
Oh man, she
Oh,
pounded
no.
you on the anvil.
There we go.
I've got a thing. What's
Oh,
we'll
no.
we'll wrap up after this. So next Friday, hopefully around 9:30, 10 o'clock, we can get everybody back in here, and we'll continue our adventure.
Eastern.
Yes, Eastern time.
Also, in 2 days, Sunday, boop, 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 at 5-ish Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's the other game that we do on our channel with the Fantasy Greece Team Surf and Turf. I'll be DMing, these guys will be here playing.
Glad you said something. I forgot.
Yeah, I did too. So glad you said. I forgot tonight. I was napping too hard.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Good
Everybody.
night.